Hi. Hello again, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hope everybody's doing well, feeling well. Been a long time since I've seen you. But yeah, we're back. So if you have not yet done so, please refresh the stream. But I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're feeling all right. I hope you're doing well. We are getting ready. We're getting ready for the Sony State of Play. Sony State of Play is the it's becoming the unofficial kickoff of the announcement season, right? We don't have E3 anymore, so we need sort of a way to gauge, right, kind of pseudo structure the announcement season, and Summer Games Fest is, I mean, nonsense, right? It's a shame because it would be nice to have something that's a bit more structured, but realistically, I think everybody's just kind of I don't know. I think that there's this sort of like, it's almost like people don't want to give Jeff Keighley the satisfaction of having something successful. Official GVG rating with a party of 20. Hello, everybody from Official GVG. You just got in on the right timer. We literally just stopped the stream so that we could restart the stream and switch over to the Sony State of Play preparations. But hi, everybody. Hello, welcome from the raid. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're feeling well. I'm assuming it was Paper Mario that you guys were playing over there. So a very fun game. We're at the end of it. We just started Chapter 8 in our playthrough. All aboard the raid train. Jaden Buck, what's going on? Mito Green, Hobo Phoenix, what's happening? I'm actually sure how I feel about Sony starting purposely early this year. It didn't work out for them last year. To be fair, I think it was much earlier last year. I think last year, I'll look it up right now. I think last year was like May 22nd. Sony State of Play, May 2023, 4-3. That's for this year. May 24th. May 24th. I think it was either May 23rd or May 24th. This article I found is from May 24th. That was way too early. Like, that was a week ago. So, Sony's would have been a week ago. This, I still think it should be in June. I still think that it should be after June 1st, but I do think that this is a better structure, at the very least. I feel this kind of event, you either want to be in the middle or at the end. Too early, and like last year, you run the risk of hype dying before the other companies start pressing. Yeah, last year was way too soon. That's why I don't mind it right now. I think right now is I still think it's a couple days too early. I still think June would have been good. But like I said, if Sony, like, I feel like the logic there is that Sony wants to position themselves as we're the beginning, right? That's kind of why I'm talking about it that way. That it's, I'm sorry, I'm moving my windows around. That it's like the beginning of announcement season when Sony is the event, right? When they're the ones that start. So I like that as a structure. I just think it's too early. And of course the other problem is that there are two other events today. What's it called? Marvelous Games or something. They're doing their event, and then Konami's doing one at 7 p.m. So I like that Sony sort of got in there before everybody else. This is something that I think E3 was very good for. Like, people always, we talk about whether or not you need E3, and I don't necessarily think you need it, but it was always nice to have, because it was nice to have some structure around the announcement schedule. So I like that. I thought that was a really cool thing, and I think if I'm missing anything from E3, it's that. It's the announcement structure. Later Trios, have a good one. To be fair, going first gives me get it out of the way. See, I don't think it gives me get it out of the way energy. I don't particularly think it's that. Somebody has to be first. Somebody has to be the first event. So I don't look at it as get it out of the way. But too early does make it feel that way. Not that it's that way. It's just too early does make it feel like it makes it feel like you said, you're getting it done before there's a lot of hype around it. And I think everything, one of the reasons E3 was so hype was because it was compact. It was all within relatively structure of a week. So you had that prior week where you had to sort of hype build up, and maybe things were leaking, and maybe it was real and maybe it wasn't real. And then you had the actual week, and it was just announcement after announcement, and it was great. And now it's just kind of spread out a little too much, and the hype sort of dies down as you go, and it's just not as fun. What do you mean being early gives off the energy? Because it's better this year, but it's still too early. I still think it's too early. I think it should be in June. But as far as what to see, what would you guys want to see? Is there anything that you're hoping for? I would like to see the new Astrobot. There's rumors about a new Astrobot game. Astrobot is something that I think a lot of people have been saying that Sony really should have been pushing as their mascot for a long time. You know, I believe Astrobot started with the PSVR, and then obviously the PSVR 2, and then PS5 has a great Astrobot game that's on there. I mean, it's more like a run around tech demo sort of thing, but I think I think one of the good things about the Astrobot game is that it's easy to look at that game and see a good game. It's easy to look at it and say, man, if they would just do this or that, I think that it's good. I have no expectations, me neither. Well, not expectations. So not expectation. What would you like to see? Is there anything that you'd like to see out of this? I've seen a lot of people saying, and I feel like we see it all the time, but I feel like there's a lot of people saying Sly Cooper, that they'd like to see the return of Sly Cooper. Silk Song, obviously, Final Fantasy Tactics. This is our year, baby. My expectations are limited due to Sony's own statements about releases. I'd like to see an astrobiology game for a good price. I'm assuming that's Astrobot. Yeah, like Sly Cooper, I've been hearing. I'll take my shot in the dark. Monster Hunter Wild. Well, we already had that, so you just want to see it. Like, you would, is that a game that you would just want to see? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's always difficult because you don't know what you would see. I mean, bear in mind, I don't see a new Sly Cooper coming out. See, I don't know. I think you could do. Ronan. It's obviously a long shot, right? It or at least it feels like a long shot. But I look at the Ratchet and Clank. Was it Ratchet and Clank? Which one was the Rift in Time? It was Ratchet and Clank. That's not Jak and Daxter, right? Ratchet and Clank. I look at some of those. I look at those three franchises the same. I look at Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any basis for it, but I always kind of put them sort of somewhere in the same group, especially Jak and Ratchet. I kind of put them in the same grouping, and that franchise is still going. You know that it had a pretty premier PS5 game. Rift Apart, yeah, Ratchet and Clank. It had a pretty premier PS5 game, so I wouldn't count those out. Yeah, they're like the big three, right? So I wouldn't count any one of them out. PS2 version of Sly 1 is going to be on the PS5 in June. That's because a part of the issue, because of what Sony themselves have said. It kind of limits what we expect or want, at least for me. They all started and had a trilogy of games on the PS3. Yes, I guess that's kind of why I put them all together. I wish Twitch let you watch 2 streams at once so I can watch this and Greg's younger nephew. Jerf, you can open up another window. You can do that. Yeah, open up another whole window and then go to Twitch on a different tab. Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Rift Apart didn't do great according to Sony. Yeah, but we've been having that conversation back and forth. It's another game we saw in the Insomniac leak. It had too much budget. Yeah, I have like 5 streams going at once. Yeah, I think that there's some. I think that we could potentially see some cool stuff. I saw somebody else say something. Hold on. I mean, I have no reason to think so, but Ape Escape. How we're not getting more Ape Escape games is beyond me. I don't understand. Give me another Ape Escape game. Give me a. How would you feel about the return of Parappa the Rapper? Is that something that people would say, holy smokes, a new Parappa game? Or do you think Parappa's sort of like, do you think that at this point Parappa is kind of limited to nostalgia? Like, do you think people would be excited about a new Parappa game, or do you think that people would say, oh yeah, I remember those games, and then not buy a new one? Like, people would think it was cool and then just not bother buying one. And not for a good rhythm game, but I think he's nostalgia bait. It would be nice. It would be a nice time to have DMC 6. Oh, interesting. I have this open with super butter buns, and Greg gets overpowered by all of Tyler's soundboard. Well, then, Jerf, turn them down and turn me up. What are you doing? Your priorities, man, or person. They were the big three because Jak and Daxter died after PlayStation Move Heroes, which that game wasn't great. Sly had 4 games, then died. Ratchet and Clank is the only surviving one. So yeah, I would absolutely say they're still on the table in some way or form. I mean, we had, they sort of brought back Klonoa for a little bit. I mean, that's not Sony, but and obviously this is not first party stuff, right? They said that this is primarily going to be third party stuff. This is an opportunity for them to make some pretty interesting announcements. I mean, there's still a lot on the horizon that we haven't gotten. I make the joke about Final Fantasy Tactics, but that's something that could technically happen. Square Enix has had a reputation with Sony. They're all of those games, all of those like Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy, DioField Chronicles, all of those games did go multi-platform. So realistically, this could be an announcement where we get Tactics. Again, I don't really think that's going to happen, but Itsuno's probably deep in development for that Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC. Ape Escape is fascinating to me because they really pushed that series up to the PSP. Then it fell off hard when the PSP games didn't do well enough, which is a shame. A lot of franchises went to PSP to die, and I don't know if that was the franchise's fault or if it was the PSP's fault. Did they look at the PSP and say, this is a successful system, but all these franchises died, they must not be popular? Or did they see something else? Was there some other bit of information that we just didn't notice? Klonoa was so good, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I already made a joke, but I say it again. Persona 1 and 2 re-released. I mean, that's not out. It's not crazy. It's not that crazy. Naughty Dog will never do a Jak and Daxter game ever again. And Sucker Punch could do another Sly game. I just don't see it happening since they haven't touched a franchise in decades. I mean, but that's... I think that in this day and age, when we're seeing companies try and pull out a lot of stops. We're seeing old franchises come back. I'm sorry. I know we're several years removed from it now. When Bubsy came back, you can't tell me that not anything is possible. I mean, there are a lot of old franchises are coming back in old form. There's supposed to be like a Rocket Knight Adventures collection or something. So it's not, I know it's not the same caliber, but the nostalgia that's going on is always kind of there. It just sort of cycles through. And I feel like we could easily be like, oh yeah, by the way, we got a new Sly Cooper game. And then a new Sly Cooper game on the horizon would make people say, oh, well, what are the old ones like? And then you re-release the old ones and you put the old ones on the services. You put them on PlayStation or whatever, or you release them for sale and you make them $10 a piece, $20 a piece, $10 a piece. Let's keep it easy there. $10 a piece. And you get people interested in them. I think that there's a path we can do there. And for all of the years that there's been a hindrance on some of these paths, that hindrance isn't there anymore, right? He's not with the company. The hindrance isn't with the company anymore. So possibly, I like to leave the door open for the fact that we have no idea what's going to happen. The industry's in this weird sort of flux where everybody's trying to figure out what they need. Everybody but Nintendo. Everybody's trying to figure out what they need to do in order to survive. We just had these messages from Sony recently that are talking about and Square Enix, right? We're looking at our past performance. We're going to restructure everything. We're gonna look at different ideas, things that we never would have thought happening, right? They're talking about making a device for the PSVR 2 so that it works on PC. This is all stuff that we said was never going to happen. And now some of these are very real possibilities. Why? Because they're trying to figure out how to not let the ship sink. And I'm not saying that the ship is sinking, but they might be looking at the video game environment as a whole and the industry as a whole and saying what we've been saying for years. As it's working is not sustainable. This sort of shift to live service, these high price games, you're limiting yourself by putting it on one specific console. Some of these companies are seeing that and they're realizing what we've been doing, it hasn't been working. And it's not sustainable to keep going for a long time. So I feel like the idea that some of these things that we would look at before and say they're not going to do that, I feel like it's not really a possibility anymore. And trust me, I'm not overhyping the Sony State of Play. Realistically, we're probably going to come out of the other end of this thing saying, yeah, it was okay. More than likely, that's what's going to happen. But I leave it free to not know, because we don't. Let me go back up here. It was PSP's fault because Sony didn't want to admit that because we can still beat the DS, I swear. I could see them releasing a remaster of the PSP versions of Persona 1 and... Yeah, even if they don't remake the games completely for Persona 1 and 2, you could do a collection of them. You can do something where you touch them up, you put some quality of life features on there, and you re-release them that way. I for what I've seen of those games, Persona 1 and 2, I don't know if they're structured to translate well the way 3 and up were. And you kind of had to work backwards, right? You had 5 and then they kind of worked backwards. Age of PlayStation mascots are over, and that's PlayStation's fault, to be honest with you. I think part in Thousand Year Door, so good place to take a break. Wait, what? Hold on. Sony's biggest issue was their handhelds. Trying to beat Nintendo's when, as we said, Nintendo wasn't ever interested in competing. I mean, the PSP was a good device. To spin off into that, the PSP was a good device. The Vita was a fantastic device. The Go was a little bit ahead of its time. The Go was a good device that was ahead of its time. The Vita was a fantastic device, and it just didn't get any support. It didn't get the support it needed, and it's a shame. Which is, Sony's MO, right? The PlayStation VR, the PlayStation VR 2. Some of these, they just don't get the support that they need sometimes. If Insomniac Games make the next Jack and Daxter game, I'll be happy with that. Finally free from work. Hey, Flip. There's something I know you guys don't. Something customer has ties to the video game industry. All the Jack and Daxter games are already on. Oh, all the Jack and Daxter games are already on the PS. What about the Sly Cooper games? Are the Sly Cooper games there? I never played through the Sly Cooper games. Bubsy was a weird one because the people who made Bubsy didn't make it. A group who bought them did, and tried to push them as a meme, and it didn't work out for them. That's because they made subpar games. That's what's crazy, Dragon. If those Bubsy games were good, they would have sold very well. all they needed to be was good games, and they weren't. Thing that makes me curious. Anything at this event feels out of place or last second because that could show Sony's trying to right the ship fast. I would like the first 4 Ratchet and Clank games on the PS Store properly with PS2 port, which now you do have PS2 games coming to the system. I think the ship is sinking, but it's still at a point where you can fix the hole. I keep forgetting it. Rick and Morty. What? It's WB? Okay. I think that's what we might miss due to spending too much time on Twitter. Most, if not all companies, at least the big 3, they're all fine. Nobody is Sega levels of struggling. No ship is sinking, but the sailing is there. Yeah, and the problem, AGM, is that to keep the boating metaphor going, it will become a problem if you don't sail properly. If you don't look at the winds of change and you adjust your course accordingly, you run a dangerous risk. And I think that's been the problem. I think that Sony probably took it a little bit too far. I think Square Enix took it way too far. And if I'm being totally honest, hey Chips, if I'm being totally honest, I think Microsoft took it way too far. I still have a theory that Microsoft is going to take over the gaming sector and they're going to kill the Xbox brand. If that's the plan, I think they let it go too far. I think that Microsoft didn't step in fast enough to change things. I think that and they're not dead in the water, but I do think that they let it go too far before they stepped in themselves and said, "All right, we need to take what we can and figure out what to do with the rest." All right. I have the I have the thing open. So here, hold on a second. Let me double check something here. See, that's what I was. Oh wait, because I didn't change that. Oh, I put it on the wrong one. Hold on. I changed it, but it was the wrong one. Okay, so we're good. I just wanted to make sure that was working. I love your Daisy decoration. She's my favorite character. That's because she's the best character, and that's because you are correct. But hello, Madeline. There we go. There. Buying out entire companies. Yeah, they Microsoft let Xbox run too far, and that was a mistake. And I think they realized that. And I think if anything, I can't help but wonder if the Activision stuff, if these decisions don't go back further than we know, then I can't help but wonder if the Activision Blizzard stuff made Microsoft realize you have too much control, and we have to put a stop to it. And they shut, and now they're shutting. And I think that's what's happening. I know that it's still sort of a wacky conspiracy theory, but I still think that Microsoft they are tanking the Xbox brand, and they are going to use what's there to build up the Microsoft gaming brand. Later, Mr. Sonic, have a good one. Mobile Twitch is weird. Also, hello. Hi, Shadow. Bigger than many doubtful about Sony properties is that during the Jim Ryan era, many of these teams closed, so anything coming back isn't going to be by those teams. They're long gone at this point. And which is kind of what I was saying. Like, Jim Ryan's gone, so these things are going to change. Or they can change. If everything was exactly the same, and that's kind of why I have that sort of thought process. If everything was exactly the same, there'd be plenty of reason to say nothing's going to change. But we have had changes. We are in the midst of a sort of we're in the midst of a structural shift, but I think we're in the midst of a shift of mindset. And with that, you're going to see things done differently. I mean, again, they said with this event that we're going to see games, and I know it's kind of a small thing, but they said with this event that we're going to see games that are coming out within the year, within 6 months to a year. That's kind of unusual. How many of these events have we watched from Sony and Microsoft where it's just every game is at least a year and a half out? So there is a shift going on. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time for things to adjust to a new normal. Because right now the normal is unstable, and we're in a transition. Again, the only one that's not really in a transition phase, it feels like, is Nintendo. Nintendo's just like, yeah, we're doing fine, we're doing okay. She's my favorite character. My favorite characters are Sonic and Tails. That's okay. That's all right. Xbox was splashing cash out like they had an infinite amount. Yeah, 68 billion. It was like 60. Yeah, it was 69 billion. I thought it was like 69, 70 billion. Parappa would be cool, but the team has been gone since Studio Japan closed, and many went to work for other companies. Yeah, but you don't need the original team to make a good game. If anything, Dragon, we've seen with some franchises that the original team doesn't innovate enough. You can argue both ways. You can argue that a new team won't have the same vision. You can argue that the old team won't be willing to innovate enough because they want to keep making the old game. Whoa. Oh my God, it's so dramatic. No, don't mute it. Just turn it down ever so slightly. Every game is 6 months out. Delay. Yeah, within a year is easy when the last few years your games were 2 years out. That's why I say we're going to have a phase where it feels like we're hearing the same thing, but we're just waiting to get closer. I give it, like, assuming they're legit, assuming they actually start to not announce things until a reasonable amount of time, it'll take a little while, but it will eventually get to the point where they're like Nintendo, where Nintendo is not announcing anything 5 years out. Yes, Metroid Prime 4, blah, 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 blah. That was also 7 years ago. Wait, did we literally just get a countdown to the countdown? What are we doing? All right, never mind. Sony's chalked. Never mind. It's all over. Yeah, I don't have big expectations, but for this particular event, but I'm curious to see what happens. Listen, I don't want people to lose their jobs, and I don't want my hobby to die, but it is fascinating to see the gaming landscape change. That was the YouTube countdown. I don't even know what you think. We've seen new games do great work. We've seen new games miss the point because it's our vision, not the game's vision. All right, here we go. Sony State of Play. Let's start it off. Kick it off with a bang. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Hi everyone.
Who the hell
I'm
is that?
Kizilbash, head of product at PlayStation Studios and head of PlayStation Productions.
Head of products.
I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord, last year, and today they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy. Enjoy.
New studio. So wait, they shut down London studio, the London game studio, and then now there's a new one? Unless this is what it became. Ooh. What the hell? Wait. What is this? Is this gravity? This is... Come on. Don't tease us with a new grab... Okay. Imagine they just teased us. They just threw Gravity Rush 3 out there.
It wasn't the plan.
It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start top. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then, that. That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
I like the
If we
direction
don't
on this.
leave
It's
with
good.
this blue light-
Amar.
Like the
We
VA
will.
work and stuff is great.
We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
Ah, it burns! Ooh, sick.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
I mean, it has all the feels of a hero shooter.
Fine. I only got one of my legs.
How are those hands?
Oh, that's a Valorant power if I've ever seen one in my life.
How bad is
Yeah, team shooter vibes.
You're still mad at me?
Lennox!
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Yeah, this is hero shooter all over. It looks cool though.
I am developing a taste for destruction.
Is this Overwatch's story mode? Overwatch 2? This is what happened to Overwatch 2 story mode.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us.
Suicide Squad, if it was a good game.
Hey, Mom. What are you doing?
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
One off. Do not dare.
But we were supposed to stick together.
If you let go, I swear I will be.
Oh, I like the little heart.
I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
I knew this was gonna work.
This wasn't the plan.
Well, it just wasn't the one we started with. All right, another satisfied.
Plan was to get away with the
Goods
bounty.
delivered.
We did
Send
it.
Everyone their cut.
Yeah.
So do you like?
See, this is where I have a problem. Where it's, now it's too long. It should have stopped right there.
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less
We'll
scaffolding.
have no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
That's not bad. I like it. A lot of fun. What about gameplay? What's this? 2027.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy. In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as Free Gunners. Free Gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive Free Gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
There you go, gameplay. See, everybody settle down.
Free gunning.
Chill, bro.
It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a
Look, you got a game? I mean, we already knew what the game was gonna be.
Right on target.
Yeah, look, it's
Free gunners have a shot at making something
and
of
for
themselves.
even I argue about showing gameplay, but this is exactly what I was expecting, so I'm not really surprised. Yeah, it's Overwatch. It's Overwatch more than it's Valorant, but
Need a second to fix myself up.
yeah, it's literally exactly what we thought.
Why not?
Which again, you can be mad about that, but Overwatch is good. The biggest problem with Overwatch is that it got bloated, and then they canceled the what's it called? The single player. Yeah, this looks awesome. Over Val Fortress.
We risk our lives every day.
This doesn't
to
resemble
do the job.
Pikmin.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big
Yeah, the biggest problem with Overwatch, it's Overwatch without Blizzard's influence. Well, what's wrong?
This crew will go anywhere. Take any job. Face any enemy.
No. Rogue Company. I remember the name.
The North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
Alright. I mean, it looks
crew
fine.
is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
With Concord, we lean on the strength.
See, this is this, and now I'm having a problem because now this is way too long.
We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong.
Yeah, they said that they're going to talk about 14 games, and they're taking up 10 minutes.
Expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves.
I'm trying not to be like a naysayer about this. I don't want to. This is why, like, in all seriousness, this is why I wasn't like, no gameplay, this or that. Like, I'm trying to be open to enjoying it, to the state of play, not the game, the state of play itself. Like, I'm trying to be open to the state of play and enjoying it, but then they open up with this, and it's we're 10 minutes in.
Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game. So whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. They're healing.
This is what they did with Helldivers, and then we said they didn't push it enough.
All kinds of ways to support.
No, but but then you don't push it all in one place.
Set up and plan ahead.
Wow, like you don't.
Where and when it happens, players
You don't take up 50% of a 30-minute presentation. You talk about it a little bit as you go. You have the trailer, and then you drop a gameplay trailer later. You don't do it all in one shot. You have 30 minutes, and you're supposed to be talking about a bunch of stuff.
Welcomed with a new cinematic vignette.
And to be fair, I don't remember them saying that they didn't push Helldivers enough. Was that a complaint?
Ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships,
and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch.
What's it called?
On
Yes.
August 23rd, 2024.
The other Hell game. Oh, wait, when did he say? Damn it, I was talking. 2024? Pre-order starting June 6th. Yeah, pre-order starting June 6th. When's the game coming out? See, here's my problem. Where's the game? Where's the game? When? Give me a date. Don't give me a reason to get excited and then not give me a date. Open beta in July. August. So that's not bad. Oh, PC God of War Ragnarok. Hellblade. I was trying to think of Hellblade. Hellblade's the one that didn't get a lot of attention.
Reasonable person.
Helldivers, you know, got attention.
Reasonable person.
We just didn't like that fake voice chat trailer the first time.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
War is coming. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
After this one, Dragon.
Kratos of Sparta.
This game specs are gonna be pretty heavy. I mean, I don't know. I bet it'll run on. Let's see. See, you got that's the thing. You got DLSS now. You have DLSS, SFR, FSR, right? FSR. Ultra wide support. Remember, you have all of these software boosting things, so it's not really the same anymore.
Not because it is written.
Unlock frame rate. I can choose to play at 17, as God intended. Helldivers trailer just fake voice chat in the second trailer. None of them resemble the trailer for Concord. Yeah, I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think that was a good trailer. Again, I'm trying. Look, coming to PC. There we go. We got a good date. I'm just trying not to be completely honest, I'm just trying not to go into the state of play thinking everything's going to suck. Right? We got a trailer, and then the first thing is, where's the gameplay? And then we got gameplay, and then it's, where's this? And it's just like, if you want it to suck, then don't watch it. I want it to be cool. I want to watch cool stuff.
Personal gain. And the people must turn to
like God of War, we played it. If I didn't play it, I would think that was awesome. I thought Concord looked like a cool game.
Perhaps this is heaven's way.
It's Overwatch with the story mode. Isn't that what everybody bitched about that wasn't in Overwatch 2? A story mode?
But even so, someone must act.
Wait, is this a Dynasty Warriors game? Just I refuse to look at it and just automatically say it's going to suck. Yeah, the Concord thing just ran a bit long. In a world of chaos, a nameless hero rises. Dynasty Warriors Origins. All right. 2025. Had to be a couple of them.
Momo.
Hey.
We were really transported to Mirrorland.
Isekai. Whoa.
Momo.
That's not me. Is that me? What's happening? Is that YouTube? It's not YouTube. Where? Hold on. Show chat. My computer's like freaking out. Chat. The YouTube chat is saying L. Premiere in progress. The official. Yeah, YouTube chat is saying L. Yeah, look at YouTube chat. It's going off. Wait, hold on. Premiere. Let's go back. Let's press the premiere button. Oh, L? No shot you do that. No, we're going back. Hold on. I mean, we're going back. What's happening? Why is it doing that? My computer just having the hardest time ever? Is this trailer so good that my computer can't handle a video? What's happening here? Is this doing it for everybody? YouTube's been very slow recently. Okay. Here, let's try this again. Yeah, why is it like that? My video is working fine. I don't know why. Yeah, why did my computer just do that? Apparently, my computer can't run God of War Ragnarok. Why is it doing that? Yeah, everybody else's is fine. It's like it's hiccuping and then it's just like frozen.
Momo, I think I was dreaming. It wasn't a dream.
All right. Well, maybe this is working.
We were really transported to Mirrorland.
All right, hold on. I made an isekai joke and then the game got pissed off at me.
The stylist is never easy.
Sorry if you guys are ahead of me now.
Are you ready for it?
Ready.
See? Not quite for me, but this looks adorable. Maybe not for me. I don't know. Hold on. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, this looks adorable. Oh, look, and there's stuff to do. It's like Disney Dreamlight Valley with a point. And then the world takes a turn for the worse. Yeah, this turns out to be a Madoka Magica game. This isn't gonna end well. Infinity Nikki.
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity awaiting you?
Ooh, sick character design. Oh my god, these character designs. Those character designs are kind of sick though. Oh wait. Is that Nemesis?
I have seen the miracles you so claim.
Wait, I can't tell if that's the same game.
Until the towering shadows vanished into the mist.
I pray for their grace.
Ooh.
But all that came were inferior shades. Why do we have to bear the consequences of
What the hell was that?
Time. War. Mortality. These essences shall not fall into your treacherous hands.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Hold on. What are we doing? Ooh, visually, it's amazing. Oh my god. I wonder if this costs $200 million to make. I wonder if it's longer than 5 hours. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. But it's going to be like a Souls. Is it going to be Souls-like combat? It looks kind of fast.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
Ballad of Antara. That looks sick. That's 2025. All right, hold on. That looked amazing. See, you say Stellar Blade fast, and I don't know if I saw Stellar Blade fast, but I definitely want to see more of that. It's gonna sell 10 million copies and fail to meet expectations. All right, PSVR 2, everybody.
And break the curse.
Get ready to look at something mildly cool, but
there's no hope.
We just won't play it.
And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
Yeah, 2025 isn't bad.
Outsider, your head is mine.
Again, like I said, there's gonna be a period where things aren't 3 years away; they're only a year and a half away, and then slowly but surely, assuming that's the plan. The FPS ain't looking great there. I mean, yeah, PSVR 2, you know.
The power of our God is immeasurable.
Yeah, frame rate is a little.
Thought I could be a hero.
And frame rate's important for a VR game. If you don't have a good frame rate, oh my god. This is like Blade and Sorcery.
Only monsters do.
Behemoth. Hey, this fall. T-Rex. Oh, cool. See, it looks really cool. And I won't play it. Sniff. Giant foot. LV. Whoa, LV35. Is this an Aliens VR game? Aliens VR game? What's with the frame rate here? Is this my... Wow, this frame rate is rough. See that? See that? That's concerning. That frame rate was way too rough to be showing that game.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
Hello.
I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation. Starting with the
We took a lot of time in the
highly
beginning, so we're
anticipated
gonna
shooter,
fire
playable
off
soon
a
on
bunch of these.
PS5.
Concord ate up a lot of our time, so here we go. Blade, Ape Escape, Sly 5. just crank them all out there.
All realities converge here. Destiny awaits. Stronger together.
What am I looking at here? Yeah, so like it wasn't my frame rate. It was the game actually looked like that. I don't know why it was like that. Whoa, that's cool. Oh, this is the we knew about this. Is this already out? Marvel Rivals, thank you. This isn't out, right?
Gonna get sticky.
It's in beta. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Wait a minute.
Okay, let's see how many
Hey.
conquered space.
Now, is it free to play with only one character? Sekiro 2? Or Neo? It looks like gameplay that someone's going to try to convince me is fast. So I'm thinking Sekiro, where winds meet. Okay, never mind. Sorry, that all blended together. In development. See, like in development.
Hello, friends and fans.
By the time they show it again, I'll
Super
forget
excited
it.
to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway. Oh, nice one.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Oh, you're going down.
I guess old habits die hard.
It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Fight the break
I feel like someone's
Yeah,
watching us.
that's not how fires work. I mean, come on. You could have worked on that.
Let's make this one trip we will never forget.
Mike, Emily?
I was down there. You were? It was horrible.
Dead by Daylight rematch.
I don't want to make hasty decisions that get everyone killed. We should stay put right here until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
Until dusk, that would be kind of cool. If this looks action, it's not. Until dawn. Coming to PS5 and PC. Was it on PC before? Look, they just shut down any excitement right there. They were just like, it's Path of Exile 2. Don't. I feel like they're gonna, like, people are gonna get confused about this game. So they're like, just early on, they're like it's Path of Exile 2. Don't get your hopes up.
Famine, plague besiege us. The very earth is being poisoned. The Count's men, once our protectors, have turned on us. And now,
Yeah, they just flat out said it. Introducing Better Diablo 2. Well, Better Diablo 4 2.
I must be the one to face this nightmare.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
But I need not do it alone.
That boss's name is Couch Co-op? That's so weird. Oh, this is dope. Diablo 4, 2, 3 Sins of 5 Gods. Ooh, cross progression. That's always nice. Available on PS5, PC, and Switch 2. Imagine if they just accidentally drop that. Sick logo. Early access, late 2024. It said in advance, PS Plus require. It makes sense. So don't bitch about it when you get it on PC and you need a PlayStation account.
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh my god, he looks so much better.
I'm looking for Silent Hill.
He said
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something.
The bosses are Couch Co-op,
with it?
Social Links, and Emotional Journey. Oh my god, I don't want to play that game anymore. He looks so much better than the last time. Holy smokes.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
looks better, but the models still seem off to me. Yeah. I don't know. I thought his model looked okay. She had a weird.
I promise. Tell him I'll be good.
Yeah, she's weird. She has very odd movement to her model. He looks fine. I think he's okay. Ooh.
No. Please.
Looks good. That looks good. We'll probably see more of that. Yeah, I was gonna say watch the Tyler Hill transmission. Yeah, because Konami's supposed to be doing an event.
Next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited.
Yeah, it looks a bit rough around the edges, but you know what? We say the same thing all the time. It's not all about graphics. It's got to be a fun game. Besides, you slap a little fog on it and it looks fine. Hey, whoa! Tell me more about this character.
Ready to go, and then we can get started.
And you, I suppose.
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
Ha! Another Monster Hunter farm will not finish. Ha! Joke's on you. I won't even start it.
Incredible.
Nah, I'll get this, yeah.
I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before. One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Maybe it's a more narrative, AGM, maybe it's a more narrative-driven Monster Hunter game. Maybe that's what they're going for. Ooh, what the hell? We sure this is Monster Hunter?
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right.
Greg will buy it and forget about it? Excuse me, I didn't forget about... Excuse me.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
Ooh. Are these new monsters? These feel like new monsters. I didn't forget about Koopas. This looks amazing now. Frame rate's a little rough. I feel like we're not hitting 30, but these are all new, right? Whoa, cool. Look at all these cool weapons that I'll avoid once I get the insect glaive.
Thank you, sir.
Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, all right. See, like that, 2025? Yeah, we knew there was going to be... It was already announced, so... No, little guys. What if they nerf your weapon? You can't nerf the greatest weapon in the world. It's just impossible. No matter how much you try. Oh, let's go! Here we go. All right. Oh, look at little fox guy. A real Astro game. Come on, baby. Don't just be a tech demo. What the hell? That's it, right? Astro. Oh, no, look. Oh, look. Sony remembers Star Fox. Is that a chicken nugget? Oh, he's got little power-ups and stuff? Where the hell has this been the whole time? Oh my god, he looks like one of those robots from the 80s. Wait, was he dressed like Nathan Drake? Oh, he's looking Parappa! Oh, that's cool. See, it does look like a spaceship. Oh, this looks awesome. Yeah, you'll take your Parappa call back and be happy with it. Hey, look, we got, see, Kirby and Zelda, we got that too. We got big trees with faces on them. Look, oh, it's Iron Giant. Oh, look, Kratos. Doesn't that look like fun? If it's not your vibe, it's not your vibe. But doesn't that look like
visit
fun?
PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
I think I'm too old for that one. You didn't, Latimer, did you play the Astrobot on PS? I don't know if you have a PS5. Did you play the Astrobot game that came with that? That's good.
PlayStation.
Okay, I think that's it. Right? Anything else? Final Fantasy? No? Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. All right, so let me. No. Stop that. Okay. No Devil May Cry 6. No Bloodborne. What a ripoff. Astrobot is very good. I got my PS5, so I'll take the sequel. I'll take a real sequel because the Astrobot PS5 game is like, it feels like a tech demo. You just run around and it's kind of cool, but it's a great structure for a game. Like it's you see a lot of stuff in the Astrobot PS5 thing that you say, oh man, this would translate well into a video game. Yeah. Okay. So the event itself. What do I give that event? Well, let's go over it first. Like, what do we remember? I think that's the best. I think it's the most important thing. Remember Concord, which kind of does exactly what they wanted to do, which is you remember it. I remember it being a little too long. If it was just the story trailer, I think I'd be fine. If it was just the gameplay trailer, I think you'd probably see. It's tough because the Concord situation. Here's the problem with Concord, with the way they presented Concord. If you would have done any one of those first, people would have been mad. If you would have shown the CG trailer first and then said Concord, more information coming later or something, people would have thrown a fit. I mean, everybody was already kind of pissed off. Like, what do you mean there was no gameplay? If you would have just shown the gameplay and not the story, people would have said, and let's be honest here, if you just looked at the gameplay and they introduced Concord with that gameplay portion of the video, people would have said generic hero shooter, fake Overwatch. And that would have been it. And they would have left it and they would have not talked about it. So you kind of needed both of them. You did kind of need both of them. The problem was they ran a little too long. And then they talked a little bit after. And it was just like, all right, you don't need to do all of these things together. Overall, though, I thought the game looked good. I thought it looked really interesting. So I at least want to see more of it. You know what I mean? They could, yeah. If you made the story shorter, I think you would have probably done a little bit better. But I think that the story, because I thought the story segment was fun. I enjoyed what I was watching there, and I wanted to see more of it. Gameplay, I thought it was a hero shooter. You know, so I think the thing with hero shooters is you either like them or you don't. At this point, I don't know. I think hero shooters have sort of become a genre where if you like hero shooters, you'll like the different things they do, and if you don't like hero shooters, they're not going to win you over. You know what I mean? Yeah, God of War on PC, which is, you know, it's God of War on PC. There's, you know, either you care or you don't. I'm just kind of jumping ahead. I'm trying to think of like what stands out to me. That one game where everything messed up. The problem is I don't even remember the name of the game because everything messed up on us. The Dynasty Warriors game I thought was kind of interesting. I'm not really a big Muso game fan. Was this the Blob of Infinity Nikki? Thank you. That's what it was called. I thought that looked nice. I don't know if that's my. See, it's weird. I look at Infinity Nikki, and I think, I don't know if that's my kind of game based on how it looks visually. But then gameplay-wise, it is my kind of game. So I made the comment about Madoka Magica, and I wonder if it's the same situation. I wonder if it is, when you look at Madoka Magica on the surface, and you see a magical girl transformation show, you think, I don't really know if this is my vibe. And then you watch it through 4 episodes, and you think, oh, wait a minute. So Infinity Nikki, I wonder if that's going to be the same thing, where you look at it on the surface and you say, I really don't think this is my vibe. Everything is all cutesy and girly, and they're all wearing frilly dresses, and you're like, I don't know. And then you probably play it and think, wow, that is extremely nuanced gameplay. Because I did see a lot of stuff gameplay-wise that I thought, wow, that actually could be kind of cool. Publicly you tell people it's not your vibe. 7 Rebirth said I need an all new game right now, and I got Paper Mario. Yeah, and I got all Dynasty Warriors games have that didn't have Nintendo looming over them have been bad. Like it's I thought the Dynasty Warriors were like good games. I thought people who liked the Dynasty Warriors game. It's Muso gameplay. Daemon X Machina got a sequel. Ooh, interesting. I already have a problem with the action RPG they showed. I already can't remember the name. It was about 8 minutes of Concord. I think it wasn't it more? I thought it was a little bit more. 7 to 9 minutes of blocks. So that's about average then. I guess. Stone, all I know is when I said that I thought it was running a little bit long, it was already 6:10, and the event started at 6 o'clock, and it was already 6:10, and there were still like 2 or 3 more minutes. So it felt like it ran a little bit longer. That's why I thought that event ran for like 12 to 14 minutes. I'll need a timer on that. I'll need a timer to see how long that Concord thing actually ran for. Dynasty Warriors 9 wasn't well liked. It's very, you play them once. Yeah, you played them one, you played them. That's why I don't really like Muso type games. Yeah, Dynasty Warriors wasn't well received, but that was it. The last Dynasty Warriors game made open world. It didn't go over well. So yeah, so I always thought that the other ones were pretty much, they were pretty well received. The fake Sekiro game, I to be honest, I think the problem with that game was that it just kind of looks like a lot of other things. You know, the second it popped up, it was like, is this Way of the Samurai? Oh no, Way of the Samurai was the one that we thought was Dynasty Warriors. The one that was Sekiro, and it was called Winds something where the wind blows, or whatever the hell it was called. It looked fine. It looked like a sort of samurai game. Where winds meet. Thank you. Battle of Antara, I thought looked cool. I thought that actually looked really interesting. Where winds blow. Yeah, I think it was Where Winds Meet. Battle of Antara looked interesting to me. The Astrobot game looked very interesting to me. I thought that looked really cool. And I'm not normally a 3D platformer person, but I thought that game looked cool. You stop playing with Tell Me Something About Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, I overall I thought that the spin-off game's good. There's another company babysit. Make sure it turns out. And then there was that one monster game towards the end. It was okay. It was fine. Monster Wilds or something. I don't know. It's something. Whatever. No, I thought that the Monster Hunter game looked really good. I would say that the Monster Hunter game, it looked a little choppy. Not as bad as that Alien game. That Alien game, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to show. And we've confirmed that wasn't me, right? That was the trailer actually looked like that. Monster Hunter looked good, a little bit choppy. The Alien game was really choppy. And I think the one before the Alien game had a little bit of chop to it, but it wasn't really too bad. The Marvel Rivals game, again, Marvel Rivals is the same thing. It looks like a hero shooter, like an Overwatch style hero shooter. So it really just depends on whether or not you like that. But the Marvel Code of Paint, I think, did very well. I think it looked very well, and it obviously lends itself very well to that type of gameplay. A lot of them were choppy, so I think that was the showcase doing something. It was kind of weird. It was so strange that it was like that. And again, when I looked at, like you guys were saying, like, oh, it's not doing that for me. When I looked at the YouTube chat, and I guess you were watching it on Twitter, on Twitch, right? Some of you said you were watching it on Twitch. When I looked at it I was watching it on YouTube, and I looked at the YouTube chat, and the YouTube chat was like L, 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 L. So whatever was happening might have been a YouTube problem. Do you want to watch the Silent Hill presentation? Probably not. How long is it going to run? Let me see here. I probably won't watch that. Where is it at? Is that Konami's? Konami. I mean, my computer's also been kind of funky lately. I'm a little worried. I typed in Konami, and the first things that come out were Konami sucks. Silent Hill transmission. How long is it supposed to be? If it's 10 minutes, I'll watch it, but here, let me move this over. I'm gonna put that there. YouTube chat was saying L. Capcom's always been weird with frame rate since they always expect the Pro console, the next gen release or PC release. The first launch is always rough, and no fair reason other than to push the re-releases. Yeah, it kind of sucks. YouTube worked fine for you. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know. It's Shadow. I don't know what it was. Because, again, it wasn't just me. It was, you saw the, like, I put it on the screen. You saw the YouTube chat was all L's. So they were having a problem, too. I kind of wish we'd seen more like Astrobot and Infinity Nikki, because this to me was a big action and multiplayer direct, which isn't for me. But I don't know. I was happy with those games. I was happy to see those games. The hero stuff, because I think we saw 3 hero shooters technically. We saw Marvel Rivals, we saw Concord, and then there was one more. It wasn't the Ballad of Astara, was it? We saw one more that kind of felt like that. So, and again, I'll cut them some slack because I know that they are sort of changing direction right now. So I will cut them some slack for that. No, I have Konami's YouTube channel open. It's YouTube chat. They're animals. I called it. We're still on stream at all YouTube channels. Wait, as we're still on stream, all YouTube channels are back. Oh, congratulations. You got all your channels back. Very, very happy for that. There's only supposed to be Silent Hill 2 games coming out, and oh my god, there goes the normal YouTube premiere music. We're gonna mute that for now. Yeah, do we know how long this is gonna be? I'm not gonna bother watching this if it's gonna be too long. So there's supposed to be 2 Silent Hill games coming out and a movie. I believe so. Not going to buy that being the showcase since the Alien games were specifically choppier. We didn't see it. Yeah, it was sort of weird. I don't know. That was so strange. Yeah, overall, I thought that the presentation was good. I think that it was... I mean, I don't know if I would say that it was their best, but I think it was pretty interesting. I think that there was some solid stuff there. I think that the release dates were nice. I think we had gameplay for every video, right? You know, we crap on these companies for doing non-gameplay videos, and but we don't give them enough credit when they do. So I'm gonna give them credit for the fact that most, if not all of those games, all of those trailers had gameplay to them. I'd probably say like a B. Maybe a B minus, just because maybe there were a bunch of games that I didn't really think I was going to be playing. We had a few frame rate, and to be fair, a couple of the frame rate issue games were the VR games. That other VR game, the one with the giant foot for you to smell, that one had a little choppiness to it. That's the other one that I was thinking of. But they were the VR games. So like the VR game, again, I still don't think that you should be showing games if they're not consistent, but there are also games that everybody admitted they weren't going to play anyway, no matter how good they looked. So I'm not going to give them a bunch of crap for it. Still think a good event, solid B. Without Astrobot, Monster Hunter, Capcom is for me. The issue I had with Sony this gen in general. But again, I don't hold that against them if I'm not into it. All right, I mean, we're here. You know what? Let's watch this. Let's see what kind of event this is. Let's see how we feel here. Oh, later, Shadow. Have a good one. The frame rate stuff, I give some slack because it's a live stream. And then, I don't know. This is the Hooktail Simulator. I'm looking forward to Infinity Nikki. Definitely would like to stream it. Yeah, I think that was a fun-looking kind of experience. Like I said, it doesn't, on the surface, it doesn't feel like the experience that I would normally play. Like, I made a Disney Dreamlight Valley comment, and that's not something I would really play. I like building sims and stuff, but the Disney aesthetic specifically in the way that game does it is not something for me. That's not something that I would say like, I'm Disney Dreamlight Valley all the way. But Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, like I like that kind of stuff. So but I'm just talking aesthetically. Gameplay wise, it looked really interesting. So I'm curious to see. What's a game that I liked that had that sort of cutesy aesthetic, but I like the gameplay. Rhapsody, a musical adventure. It was a strategy game on the PS1, and I think they put it on PSP, and I think it's on Switch now. It was called Rhapsody, and I love that game. It was adorable. It was silly, right? You had an attack that would drop giant pancakes on your enemy. It was hilarious. I'll cut them even more slack and say B+. To be an A has to be for me to begin with, but I think this is easily one of their best events. Kind of what you said. As an event, it was good. Certainly better than last year's. I think Concord sort of soured the whole thing for me. Yeah, I mean, it was tough. It was. We were hoping for something different. To be honest, if you would have started with something else and then put that Concord thing a little bit later, and you made that sort of like the premiere event, I think it might have helped a little bit better. I think it would have just been helped better if you shortened both segments. If you shorten the CG segment and if you shorten the gameplay segment, and then you put something that said more information coming soon, I think it would have been better received. 6 minutes. 6 minutes max. And I think it would have been fine. Everything we saw in State of Play was still in development. Nothing we saw was going to be perfect. Yeah. But again, we also... Is this a thing? Is this what's happening right here? We're like... This is like chill vibes. Hold on a second here. This is like... lo-fi music to go back and find your dead wife to. Trademarked. Got it. Lo-fi horror. Yeah, Ronan, I was going to say, it's in development, so it's not going to be perfect, but you are running trailers. They are supposed to be representative of the games that are coming out, and if that's what you choose to be representative, you should be on the hook for that. You should, somebody has the right to say, this is what you did. This is what you chose to show me. Did you hear rumors that Mistwalker RPG on Apple Arcade is coming to consoles? I didn't hear about Mistwalker. I heard about Fantasia or something coming from Apple Arcade. I heard that rumor, but I don't know anything about that game. Maybe Square felt burnt by giving Sony so much publicity power during the last few events. They really chose Sony pretty exclusively to advertise their big games. So I wonder if that's why we didn't see any Square games here. though I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I don't think we saw any Square games because I think Square is pulling back a lot of stuff. Like, what does Square have that's coming out? I think Square is pulling back a lot of stuff because of the stuff that we talked about. 47 games in 4 years. We have had Sony show several times now games with very choppy frame rates, only for the game to come out a lot long after and hit a solid 30. Yeah, so and like, and that's why I wouldn't crucify them immediately. I wouldn't say, oh, Sony, you're gonna screw it up. This game's gonna suck. We've seen that. We've seen bad frame rates come out and then the games come out and they're totally fine. I still question whether or not you should be showing your game in that state, but we do have the experience of the games coming out just fine. We won't hold it against the final product, but you chose to show us this trailer. Still need to hear about Kingdom Hearts 4. In the last few years, a lot of Square Enix announcements have been in Nintendo Directs. They tend to get the biggest views, and the games being Switch exclusives or multi-platform. It depends, because obviously you had you had Rebirth and 16, and they were exclusive events. They were exclusive to Sony, so they obviously were going to get the Sony platform. Oh, there we go. What the hell? It took forever. Oh wait, it was supposed to start at 7. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense sometimes. See, like DealField Chronicles, for instance, like Triangle Strategy. I remember being advertised for the Switch. DealField Chronicle, I think the first time I saw that was for the PlayStation. And then I found out that they were both on each other's platforms. Octopath was advertised first for the Switch. Octopath 2. But that makes sense because Octopath 1 was originally a Switch-only title. So, like, it kind of makes sense that they did that, right? I mean, excluding the Sony exclusive. Yeah, it tended to be Nintendo for the bigger audience. Yeah, Star Ocean 2 was PS4 and Switch. Nintendo got the announcement, for example. Oh, did Nintendo get the announcement for Star Ocean 2? I actually thought PlayStation got that first. Oh, Sony showed Octopath 2 first. Oh, wait, okay, yeah. So yeah, you're not wrong, Lilac. I do think that for certain games they favored, like Bravely started on the 3DS, so of course that's gonna go to Nintendo first. But yeah, you're right. They did for certain types of games they did sort of favor Nintendo first. But I wonder if that's ending. I wonder if they're gonna start doing cross-platform more consistently now. Sony got the latest Star Ocean that no one remembers. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right, because Sony got Star Ocean 6. Points a lot of big games Sony got to show off. Even Octopath got Sony exclusive rights, which Sony didn't use very well. What's this? Want to hear a joke about Silent Hill 2? What's that? Wait. Silent Hill looking like a PSP game. Like, I don't know what PSP did you have? I thought that before I saw your comment there. That's great. I thought the same thing. I was like, what PSP did you have? Because I'm playing PSP currently and my games don't look like that. Poor Octopath 2. Sony paid to advertise it and then just didn't. And that's the problem, you know? Yeah, do we know how this is like the millionth time I've asked. How long is this event going to be? Silent Hill 2 event. Silent Hill 2 transmission. How long? How long? Yeah, 5 hours. Like we're stopping it now. 42 minutes. Oh, we're not doing this. Wait, is this really 42 minutes? We're not doing this if this is 42 minutes. Ain't happening. I don't care about Silent Hill 2 that much.